absolutely amazes me how many numbskulls in the IWC actually believe that Jey Uso could show up in AEW.
So Jey Uso's gone. At the conclusion of this past week's SmackDown, Jey Uso turned to the camera and he told the WWE audience, sayonara, adios, I'm out of here. He's gone, jumped into the crowd, walked away, and just like that, we have another chapter in this Bloodline story that we're going to have to follow to see exactly what happens. But there was something interesting that happened. There was something interesting that I don't know if everybody got to experience when SmackDown went off the air. When SmackDown went off the air, I do what I always do. I jumped on the X, the Twitter, the Reddit, all of the forums, all of the local IWC hangouts. I snuck in. I wanted to take the temperature. What does the IWC think of this? And something happened. I don't know if it was magical. I don't know if it was beautiful. I couldn't believe my eyes. I couldn't believe the number of idiots in the IWC who immediately jumped onto Twitter, who immediately jumped into Reddit, who immediately were in the Facebook groups talking about Jey Uso being gone from the WWE. And that's not the part that amazes me. We all talk like that. The part that amazed me was the number of IWC just numbskulls who actually started up a conversation about Jey Uso showing up at AEW All In. It absolutely amazes me how many numbskulls in the IWC actually believe that Jey Uso could show up in AEW. This is a real thing. There are IWC members who are currently on Reddit, currently on Twitter, debating at what point in time is Jey Uso going to show up in an AEW ring. I can't make this up. I can't bullshit this. This is real. Go on Facebook. Check out the wrestling groups. Go into Reddit. Look at the AEW subreddits. Go on Twitter and just search Jey Uso AEW. It's not just 10 or 15. There are hundreds of IWC members who are actually under the belief that Jey Uso is done with WWE and that Tony Khan is going to sign him. And the most beautiful part of this is if these IWC guys believe this, will someone tell them that I have a couple of VIP passes to a secret NWO reunion meeting that I will gladly sell to them for a hell of a deal? Because that's the type of shit that y'all are believing here. These IWC members who have bought into this storyline so hardcore that they believe Jey Uso's joining AEW. These are the same people, and someone in our Discord posted this the other day, these are the same people who fall for the tricks when some random person messages a wrestling fan and says, hey, I'm Roman Reigns, I'm stuck at the airport, I need $200. These people who believe Jey Uso is going to AEW, these are the same people who would send that $200 to who they think is Roman Reigns because we can't have Roman stuck at the airport. Like, this is absolutely insane to me. Now, I'll take this one step farther. I love this. I think that Triple H and WWE should troll the IWC. I absolutely think that Triple H should let Jey Uso go to Impact Wrestling this week and wrestle a match, squash somebody on Impact Wrestling so that the IWC can completely lose their shit and go, see, I told you it was real. I told you guys are the idiots. This is real. Jey Uso's on Impact Wrestling. This would completely fuck with Tony Khan because Tony Khan would then have to somehow chill the rumors going into All In of these IWC basement trolls expecting to see Jey Uso at All In. This could be the ultimate troll job by Triple H and WWE. But how many times How many times as wrestling fans are we going to fall for this same trick? This same storyline element that WWE just keeps recycling to us. Because I get it. The Bloodline has been absolutely great up until SummerSlam. I think at SummerSlam, I finally took the red pill and saw it for, we're starting to do the same thing over and over again. And that same thing is, an Uso disappears, an Uso reappears. Around Royal Rumble, Jey Uso disappears, Jey Uso reappears. Jimmy Uso disappears, Jimmy Uso reappears. Now here we are again, same song and dance. Jey Uso disappears. You can guarantee Jey Uso is going to reappear. Is it Royal Rumble? Is it Payback? I don't know where it is, but we know these story beats. And it scares me. It scares me because I see what's happening here. We did this last year. We're entering into the dark times of WWE. We're entering into what I call the winter season of WWE. Winter is coming. It's getting cold. Not outside, but it's getting cold in the WWE. You see, because September, October, November, December, those are notoriously weird months for WWE. And especially if they're going to keep this title on Roman Reigns. And as we expect, Roman Reigns is not going to show up on a weekly basis to entertain us. That means we have 4 months that they have to keep this Bloodline story just churning out content. Now, what do? Of course, you do Jimmy and Jey. No. Now they've decided we want to save that for WrestleMania. Okay, so you do Jimmy and Roman. Well, what do you do after that? Maybe Roman and Solo? Solo and Jimmy? Jey comes back? Whatever it is, it's all going to start to feel redundant at a certain point. I don't think you see the Bloodline at Survivor Series this year. I don't know if 4 months, if in this cold winter for WWE, I don't know what you can do to keep it interesting, because on one side, you have a champion in Seth Rollins who is a fighting champion and continues to look dominant, but on the other side, you continue to have Roman Reigns who shows up, disappears, and Uso disappears, Solo gets turned on, Roman hits, we're seeing the same things over and over, and it scares me because I believe it is leading us into the dark winter of WWE as we gear up towards, look, we've got Payback on September 2nd. I don't have big expectations for the Bloodline on September 2nd. What is it? Rikishi? Rikishi's going to be a guest referee in some version of Roman, Jey, Jimmy, Solo. Okay, cool. That's holding. But then you have Fastlane that you have to do something with. You have Crown Jewel that you have to do something with. And then you have Survivor Series. And then you have December where there's just absolutely nothing. And you've got to convince us that this Bloodline story is interesting enough that for the next 4 months, we should pay attention. I think it's going to be a cold, cold winter in WWE. I think winter is coming, and I don't know exactly what they're going to do to keep us interested. But I do know that it was absolutely hilarious that there were people in the IWC buying into the fact that Jey Uso is out of WWE.